Hey, what's up? We're back. We're back. So I went and took salsa class tonight, and it was really fun. I was really bad at it, but it was really fun. I gotta say, I had a blast. And I guess I thought about it for a moment, and if you guys kind of are starting to understand my personality type, for me going out and even doing the class was a lot. That was a real stretch. Basically me leaving my apartment, period, is me doing a lot. I'm really trying if I go outside, okay? For me, going outside is a big deal. It's a constant struggle. But the really cute guy taught the class, and I talked to him after for a minute. I don't know, he was very cute. As I was waiting at the bus stop, I think he drove by, and then he let down his window. I wasn't sure he was gonna say something. He didn't say anything. I can't really ever tell what that means. Sometimes people do it because they are thinking, they're oh, maybe I'll talk to her or something. Other times they just do it because they're hot. I can never tell, and I just don't assume any longer that and I feel I've been like this for a very long time. I'm just around a lot of metrosexual men, and I wish I wasn't, which is why I've tried to distance myself from most men. Therefore, hopefully I will just be around more heterosexual men, because being around heterosexual men, they will just treat you like a woman. It's just, I don't know another way to say that, and that you need that, and you need to normalize that behavior so that you understand when something's going wrong. There are some things where there are just some men who are just and I would say, man, around me it's a lot. There are men who are they're just racist. I don't know another way to say it, and they just don't think that black women are women, so they're just disrespectful 100% of the time, 24 hours a day, and there's nothing else. So you're never gonna get normal behavior from them. And then also, if you're constantly surrounded by niggers, they're never gonna they don't see any women as women. They don't even know how to treat women. That's why they don't have any typically. But if you normalize being around basically average straight men, it will enable you to just kind of center yourself in ways. It's not really about attraction or anything. They're just decent and civil and kind. And they just have a general respect for just women. There's not really another way to say that. And you need to normalize that behavior in your life. I'm so sorry, guys, that beeper. I'll get to it maybe this week. So yeah, that was pretty much the interesting thing that happened tonight. The salsa class. It was a lot of fun. Maybe if I see that guy at the gym, I will ask him the name of the song, so I can dance to it on campus. I'm gonna try to learn that dance. It was a really nice dance. I just felt so happy. I was so bad. I was really bad at the dance. I was also really happy that I did it. So that's one fun thing, that happens in adulting. Even though a lot of shit can, go wrong, you can go take a dance class and be really bad. That's a thing that can happen. I was so bad. I didn't know any of the moves. This is me the whole class, guys. I was like... Everybody would be hitting a circle. I was like, oh shit. It's just fuck it. I'm literally just here to wiggle these bones. We are out here bone wiggling. Get it, Olivia. Get it. That's all I came to do. I come into adulthood at this point very level-headed. But don't get it twisted, because I feel like at this point, if you look at me the wrong way, I will sue you. Tell it to the judge, bitch. The lawsuits, if you look at me wrong, I will sue you. Anybody can get it. You, him, her. Anyway, so, oh, sorry. That was a pop. So, there was some drama today. And I kind of want to unpack the drama that happened. I literally called to dish to Jamila about the drama, but she was busy. So yeah, I get to spill the tea. It's not really about me. At this point, I don't really have any drama. And I guess also I want to talk about that for a second. Like, some of y'all be wondering, like, why y'all don't, like, why all of my videos are me talking shit as you watch me eat. It's because most of the things that you hear about me, if you hear anything about me, are other people's interpretation of some shit that happened. If some shit happened, it was probably like an hour, 30 minutes at most out of my day. I be in my apartment, at the garden, walking the lake, or like sitting at the beach watching the water. That's why all the videos y'all see are of me sitting. For those videos are way longer than what I post, but I keep running out of memory. Like every 3 days I run out of memory on this phone, so I have to wipe it clean and start over. But for the most part, I like to just sit and people watch. And really, to me, most people are just awful and get on my nerves, so I don't even people watch anymore. I just like watch the water. And I just want other people to know. This is a real ass existence, okay? Like, I have a bus pass, I have a job, I have an apartment. I've got a bottle of wine every night. And if nothing else, your bitch is gonna talk her shit. I'm gonna drink my wine and I'm gonna talk my shit. And you ain't gonna like it, nigga. You ain't gonna like it, bitch. It's not for you. It might not be for you. It might not be for you. I might not be for you. I might be too ghetto for you. I might be too ghetto for you. I might not be for you, bitch. And that's good. It's fine. Like I said, I'm an acquired taste. It's definitely not for everyone. Only for some people. Not for everyone. Not for most people. I will also say that another one of the reasons why I'm continuing to make videos and as much content as I can possibly make is because I want people to hear my controversial opinions. And I want little black girls to know that, like, they get to have opinions too. And other people don't have to agree with them. Actually, you shouldn't be agreeing with other people. If you're agreeing with someone else, all it's saying that is that, like, you have no perspective. Someone else's life is different than yours. Like, you should have something to contribute, something meaningful to contribute to every conversation that is different from what someone else has said, because you are a fucking different person. If you like pink Skittles, I like purple Skittles. If you like up, I like down. I don't like the same shit that you like. We're different. And you can be a part of the team of the people who don't like my differences. There's hella people like that. There's so many people like that. They'd be like, we hate her. And I'd be like, good. I think every person, every individual just has to realize that they are firstly a human, meaning you need somewhere to live, you need food to eat, you need transportation, you need meaningful relationships, not a lot of them, just probably like one or two. And you need, you know, you need to understand how to navigate your community. That's like understanding the public infrastructure, like, you know, the college systems, the education systems, other things like your healthcare systems, police departments, like utilities that you may need, the fire department, things like that, things that you may need in life. And then you just go live your life. You've got 100 years, bro. Like, don't waste it trying to be like someone else. I think that's another reason why more people need to like read. If you read stories, you would realize that like everyone's out here living a different life. Like, seriously. And like your story doesn't have to align with someone else's. I also guess I was really thinking about D tonight. I was like, wow, what if, just hypothetically, this is like super hypothetical, but like, what if I was that person who was like, you know what, I'm just gonna like invest 100% in attempting to have a relationship with D. I'm gonna like save myself for D. Oh, I'll just bookshelf myself for D. I realize now that that's what Ibrahim wanted me to do. He was just like, she's gonna wait for me. Like, why would I do that? Why would I wait around for him? I don't. I feel like people in general, women and men, I think everyone just has to realize that everybody has so many options. Seriously. And also, I think more people just have to realize like what a beautiful woman is and what a beautiful woman is not. Some of you guys are just so accustomed to like European beauty standards that you have no idea what like an attractive woman who's not white looks like. And there are some crazy attractive non-white women. And some of y'all just have no idea. Y'all have like, no, especially I think that's another thing that's kind of very scary. In white spaces, extremely attractive non-white people have been normalized like they are average. When in reality, they're like extremely attractive in relation to the other members of their group. But their attractiveness has given them more access to basically normal white people. So it's kind of like, if you look at a place like Hollywood, there, in terms of like, because most of America is still white, like it's like 60 or 70% of the country is still white, right now. So like in Hollywood, among the white people, the most attractive white people are there. But in terms of like the most attractive people who are non-white, it's kind of an even distribution around the country. There's like hella attractive non-white people, but it's really hard. There's so many different groups. Like I said, Africa has 54 countries. We don't have no representation of like so many countries in Africa in terms of people who have been on movies or television shows. There are like some countries that don't have any representation at all. Like y'all have never even seen any people from like certain countries at all. If you're into like high fashion, maybe you have, maybe. But most likely you haven't. So like you don't even know if a person is, you don't even know if there's like a whole group of people who are living in America right now who are super attractive. And you've never seen them because all you've seen is like white people on television. It's crazy. I've said this before, but most of the human bodies on Earth are black, and they're way hotter than the people who are in Hollywood. That's just a fact. Go on Instagram. It's just, I can't even. Okay, so I do want to talk about Afghanistan. So Afghanistan's underwater. Quite literally, Afghanistan is underwater. That is interesting. And also, I've been listening to Democracy Now, and I'll post the little snippet that I listened to. But in Democracy Now, this morning, there was a political correspondent who was responding to some of the criticism of the immigration policies around Ukrainian immigrants and Afghani immigrants. Now, there was a second correspondent. This guy was European, and he was basically saying immigrants from the Middle East have a harder time assimilating into American culture, which is why we should not have this equal opportunity for all immigration policy that lets just anyone in. I have to fully agree with that narrative. And I want to give you guys an example of why. Look at California right now. Like literally right now. I could go outside and just turn on my camera and you'd be able to see this for yourself. But there are a lot of different groups who live here. But they live here in segregation. Like the groups aren't talking to each other and they're not in community with one another. Take Oakland, for example. Oakland has a very large Asian population. And they're all segregated from each other. And they're all segregated from everyone else. So you have Chinatown. You have a small percentage of Chinatown where only Laotians live. You have like one building where Hmong people live. It's completely segregated. But you could say that they're integrated because they're all in Oakland. Like, that's not integration. They literally all go to different schools, different community centers, different churches. They don't talk to each other. And the same hatred that they've had in Asia, they have it here. Nothing has changed. No part of their culture has improved or gotten better. And even socioeconomically, they're poor here. And even among, like, Asian groups, like Chinese groups, for instance, the Chinese people are just hanging out with other Chinese people. The Indian people are just hanging out with other Indian people. I do feel like black people have definitely integrated at this point, but you have like socioeconomic factors about geography where poor black people just lack the opportunity for social mobility, so then they never move up or out. So they actually don't know how other people live because they don't live near other people, especially like there's a whole thing around public housing, and I really don't know. Like I said, poor people should not be having children, especially poor black people. If you're poor and black, solve your poor black struggle first. If you can make it out of being poor and black, then work on something else. But like, if you can't figure out how to earn more than $50,000 a year, especially if if you don't live in your own apartment by yourself, figure that shit out first and like sit there for a good minute. Like, I think you need to like really sit in that. Like, for real. Like, you need to like be in that experience for like 3 or 4 years. Just have that experience. Don't have no babies. Don't have no weird broke-ass boyfriends. Live alone. By yourself. Take care of yourself. Do that for 3 or 4 years. Then after that, make some decisions about what's going to go on in your life. But you need that experience. You don't need to read about it or listen to it from someone else. You need to like live it for yourself. And I would encourage you to go do it in a white town. Somewhere where you're not surrounded by only black people, so that you can actually have more of a like middle class experience. And like I said many times, you can do this just by moving to a little white town and going to get a job at the grocery store. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. You can't do it in like San Francisco though. Like, don't go to like a huge metropolitan city. Don't go to like New York. Go to like Nashville or like Houston, Texas. Well, there's hella black people there. Or like, I don't know, North Dakota or something. Go somewhere. Oregon. Oregon is actually like a really good place to do that. Seattle, Washington, like Portland, places like that where it's like, or even actually Canada would be a really safe place to do this. Canada might be actually the most safe place to do this because in terms of content creators that I've seen of all ethnicities, especially like the Asian ones, the black ones, the white ones, everyone is extremely progressive and they live in a truly integrated society there. Like, they might be battling like socialism and capitalism kind of at the same time. So they've got problems, but they don't seem to have the same like racialized problems that we've got in America. And it's like they empathize and understand the racialized problems that we have in America. And that's fascinating. I personally want to live in somewhere like Germany just because it's like more fast paced. And I like the fact that it's extremely white and homogenous. I like that. Like, I like when white people know that they're white and black people know that they're black. Like, I really like that because it's very clear. Like, the people who don't like black people will just tell you. They'll be like, I don't like black people. And you'll be like, cool. And then they'll be like, there will be other white people who are like, I do like black people. And you'll be like, cool. I like my racism out front. I don't like the people who be fronting. Like, just give it to me straight. You can tell me that you hate me, and I think that you'd be surprised with the like my response. I think some people think I'm gonna respond like, "Oh my God, I'm so hurt, my feelings." Ugh. I don't feel like that at all. Which is another reason I feel like I kind of wonder why people never push back on my hate. They just kind of take it and then they hate back, but they never question it or try to like I want people to try to influence my opinion. I want you to try to like change my mind. Show me something different. The funny part about the Mexicans is that it's like every single thing that I say and that's like critiquing them and like making fun of them, they just keep proving me right. It's like, y'all aren't doing better socioeconomically. Y'all still have hella fucking children. Most of y'all are like still poor and crossing the border. Most of your women are fat and ugly. Like, it's every single thing that I said is true. The proof is in the pudding. I'd be outside taking pictures and videos. Like, the video doesn't lie, bro. Like, it's right there. Right there, bitch. What I said is what I said. So, Leonardo DiCaprio is single. Hey, Leo. Hey. I heard Leo likes Habesha girls. It's white boy season for me, so I'm gunning for Brad or Leo. Like, who do y'all think I could pull? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I could pull Brad for sure. I think maybe I will pull Brad just to just be messy with Drake. Just be messy. Just be like, I think he's very cute though, and he just bought a new home in California. I like Brad. The only reason why I feel like I could never take Brad seriously is I respect Angelina Jolie so much. To me, she's like my icon. Like, I would almost get like a tattoo of like Angelina Jolie. Like, she's that impactful in my life. Like, I love that bitch. Like, I feel like I'm related to her in some like cosmic way. It's very strange, but I'm serious. I legit fuck with and love Angie. So I wouldn't want to double dip in her, like, I wouldn't want to share dick with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's feels like it's crossing the line. Like, how am I gonna have dinner with Angie and be like, yes, I'm also fucking Brad? It just feels like it's too complicated. I don't. If I had to choose Angie or Brad, I'm choosing Angie. Also, I think Angie dates women. Do you guys think Angie would date me? I don't know. I mean, I've never dated a woman, but if I was gonna date one, fuck, I'm dating Angelina Jolie. Are you joking? Yes, it's a yes for me. Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm going gay for Angelina Jolie. Okay. What else do I have to say? Taylor Swift is releasing a new album in October about some sleepless nights or something. Yes. Yes. I am so here for it. In the past, I couldn't understand. I didn't understand the like Taylor Swift stans. And I think it's because I was in a place where I didn't have therapy. That's what it was. I was a bitch who didn't have no therapy. Everybody was like gaslighting my experiences. I just hadn't done enough me work to understand what I want, what I was experiencing, my preferences. It was just too many other niggas speaking for me. So I wasn't at a place where I could appreciate Taylor Swift for like what she was saying. But I am now. Dear other bitches in therapy, let's all listen to the Taylor Swift album. And let's just feel our feelings. Let's soak in our bath salts and cry our tears. Because yes. Yeah. T-Swizzle season. I'm here for the bitches with the feelings. I'm here for the bitches with the feelings. Give me a bitch with the feels any day. What? I want a bitch with some feelings. I mean, that's because I am a bitch with some feelings. Like, bitch, I be feeling the feelings. I have a lot of feelings about D. So many feelings. And maybe I should, like, channel those feelings into a song. Like, it's just, like, something's gotta come of these feelings. Something has got to come of these feelings. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. Okay. There's something else I want to talk about, so let's end this and start the next topic.